everybody. I'm Sally Farrell with eXp Realty and your listing specialist.
And I'm Deanna Burgon, the other
Yeah.
half of your listing specialist.
Exactly. And we're here today because, we're all in the middle of this global pandemic, and we're all doing everything we can to, be good citizens and help out. But some of us are going above and beyond. And two of those people we have here today, we wanted you to meet. And this is Kim Brunelle Kuehnel.
Yes.
And Jennifer Jones, and they are with Whatcom Mass Collective. And so you guys, I'll just ask the first question if that's okay, Deanna. So how did you two get started?
Go ahead, Jennifer.
Oh, okay. Well, Kim and I are longtime sewing enthusiasts. We usually make bags. I should have had a sample here, like little like handbags and things. I think you've seen them, Sally. I've donated a few at auctions and things. And
yeah,
Kim and I try to get together a couple times a month and sew. So when we heard about this need, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. So Thursday. It's hard to believe it's only been 2 weeks. We heard about this need for medical masks that was I think it was coming out of Seattle, but then it became aware that it was going to be really a more national and international issue of these medical masks. It really spoke to my heart because I worked at St. Joe's for several years, and I still am a lot of friends and Facebook friends with a lot of people on the front lines. And I was like, well, I could use my sewing talents and start making some masks. The original idea was to donate to veterinarians and dentists, and so that they could provide their equipment to our front lines. But
oh yeah,
yeah. And so I called Kim, my sewing buddy. I'm like, hey, we should make these masks. And Kim, take it from there.
Yeah, I was stunned. Like, why, in this day and age of technology, why would anyone want a homemade cotton mask? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. Right. So we did a quick Google search and found the Deaconess design mask that was designed by Deaconess Hospital. That's the design that I have right here. Just very simple, 2 pieces of fabric, 2 pieces of elastic. It goes around your face like this. The purpose is to prevent people from touching their face because that's the most rapid way that this virus is transmitted. So we thought, okay, well, there's a recommended mask to try, and it's very simple to make. So from there, things just kind of snowballed. Do we have fabric? Jennifer and I what fabric have we been hoarding that we suddenly can use for these masks? And then it just kind of grew from there, people being willing to donate materials to us. Jennifer suggested that we have people sew with us. So then we started putting together kits for people. And I feel
that was like within days, right?
Hours.
Hours, yeah.
Within 24 hours of this idea, there was a couple of local sort of sewing groups on Facebook that we tried to sort of rally, and for whatever reason, people were busy, and obviously it was a very overwhelming time when this all first started. So I thought, well, let's just make our own group. So Kim and I made the Whatcom Mass Collective, and a couple people joined, and by the end of the day, I think there was like 250 people in there, and now I think we're close to 700 people last time I looked earlier today.
And what we found with networking with the volunteers, and this is what I really like, I'm a certified teacher. I really like for people to find a task that they enjoy and do well at it. And through our sewing, Jennifer and I had realized that if you sew a project, you do one step, then you do the next step, you're much more efficient than if you do one whole project and then another whole project. So with the kits, we find that some people really love to cut. So they will spend hours and hours and hours cutting out the material and putting it in little baggies for us. Other people want to sew. And so they're just happy to pick it up and sew and then drop it off. So it's really calling to what people want to do. There's lots of opportunity for people to find the task that makes them the happiest.
Right.
Yeah.
And really nurture that in people.
Is that what the collective is?
So
okay, because that was like, question is, what exactly is the collective? So it's a collective.
Yeah, we can't do it by ourselves.
Yeah, we need it. It's a group effort. It's a group effort, and it's a community effort. I mean, we have people from Point Roberts to Sumas. We get calls or texts from groups in Skagit County, all the way down to Seattle. I've had a major hospital in Seattle contact us a couple of times.
Wow.
There are several groups in Whatcom County that are doing the same thing. So several, and if you read their stories, we've met some of them, very similar. We were just sitting there making masks with my friends, and all of a sudden, you know, it blew up into something even bigger. So it's amazing. It's an
So
amazing community.
where are the masks being used? Because I think there's a lot of confusion about where the mask can be used, what can they can be used for. What is the first place that you felt needed them, and how are they being used now?
Well, my passion, like I said, was to make PPEs, protective equipment, available at the hospital by freeing up some of that equipment that maybe was being used by dentist's office. So as I mentioned, that was sort of my first goal. But now the masks are being used everywhere. They are not being used for good reason, you know, in actually people that are being exposed to the COVID virus. I mean, they're just 2 layers of cotton. Some people make them with a filter, but in general, these are not obviously a medical grade professional mask. So like
Right.
Kim said, is to help people keep things off their faces. Somebody that's already has a cold or a cough, you know, it holds that in, you know, so you're not spewing it all over. It doesn't, you know, St. Joe's for good reason is not using these, you know, in the operating rooms or anything like that. But the nurses do use them and the other staff to cover up their what's called the N95 masks. Those are those kind of fitted ones that you see. They can use them to cover them up, and then that way these are washable. So if something gets splattered or something, it won't go on the mask, and then they'd have to throw that away. It goes on this, and then they can wash this,
Awesome.
or if it's, you know, or destroy it if they have to. But
We
so
also
it's really
do get a lot of
prolong the life.
I'm sorry, Jennifer.
Oh no, it's okay. Go
we
ahead.
also do get lots of requests from nursing homes,
Mhm.
people who do in-home elder care,
Yeah.
people who work with vulnerable populations. A lot of the little agencies that might not have the budget for personal equipment, they really like this. One of the things that I think is neat is that because they're donated fabrics, you get these really cool, you know, medical masks are often just really blue or white. And so this is adding some color. Jennifer, hold yours up.
Yeah, it's got mine's like
really cute.
rainbow on the inside and like rainbow hearts on the outside. Kim designed this one just for me.
Yeah.
So it's
and it's such a depressing time. So it's really neat to see some color around.
Yeah, it does help cheer people up. We've really been asking a lot of the people that we donated to, if they feel comfortable, you know, take a picture with your mask on and share it, because it really helps keep our sewing teams motivated to know that they really are making a difference. So we love seeing all the really, really cute masks that are coming through.
Speaking of shout out to a team, we partnered with Ferndale Laundry.
Oh yeah.
And got permission from Whatcom Unified to work with them. They have dedicated 2 washing machines and 2 dryers to our project. So they became like a central distribution site. At first, Jennifer and I had people coming up to our doors to get mask kits and return kits, and it just was becoming uncomfortable. And so Ferndale Laundry is definitely a partner with us. People can go in and pick up, we call it a kit. They can drop off finished masks. Ferndale Laundry will launder them, and then their staff will put on a mask and gloves while they seal them up so they're sanitized. And now we have a sticker that we put on the bags. So when we deliver them, people know that they're getting sanitized masks, where they're coming from, and that there's 10 in a bag. So if they need 60, we're just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and go. I feel like Ferndale Laundry, we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Absolutely.
Wow. Fantastic.
And then we just started, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We just started a partnership with Bellingham Makerspace because we wanted to have a similar location in Bellingham where people could pick up the kits and drop off their masks. So just yesterday, we started just on the weekdays, people can go and drop off their finished masks and pick up kits at Makerspace as well. So now we have that location. And when I got there today to drop off masks, there was already like a little line waiting. It was really cool. People waiting to get their kit.
Yeah.
Are the kits free?
Yes.
Okay.
We do ask that the masks come back because the materials for the masks are donated for purposes of supporting and protecting medical workers. So if someone takes a kit, we do ask that they return it for that purpose. They are not designed for people to sew masks and then take them home to their families.
Very good.
At this time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
what is your plan then moving forward now that you're kind of
Well, it's, you know,
Yeah.
as much as Kim and I are loving this and we've both learned a lot, we both also, we don't necessarily have the bandwidth to expand this much more than it is. We're really thankful for the makerspace because they are taking over some of the distribution of personal medical, or I should say alternative medical equipment here in the county, which includes these masks. So going forward, we see that partnership growing between the makerspace and all the other mask groups. I know that if anybody's listening from the other mask groups, the makerspace is really hoping that you'll reach out to them. That way, all the masks being delivered, they can make sure that, you know, they're sanitized and getting to the right places. So in terms of us going forward, we both have the need to, you know, produce income in our lives, and this isn't doing it. So it's a huge labor of love, but I don't see us moving into where we're going to be, you know, producing masks on a much bigger level than we are now. And I can see, especially with it looking like the CDC might recommend everyone wear a mask soon, I can definitely see that demand growing, and hopefully some of the other groups will be able to step in and help meet that need. I can see myself sewing a lot more masks, but
I know, I was just thinking that, like, we can sew now.
Yeah.
There is a branch that's developed in Ferndale from some people that I worked with the Ferndale School District. And they want to start doing an outreach that's more Ferndale oriented, school district oriented, that's separate from Jennifer and I. They're getting their own donations, but they've learned the systems that we have in place that have helped us to be really productive. Jennifer and I, our group delivers about 200 masks a day. So I think we've probably distributed 5,000 masks in the last week.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe even close to 6,000 because we have like a whole Linden team that's kind of on.
That's true.
They've done part of our group,
like,
but we know
Linden
them.
group, Ferndale group. And so regardless of how Jennifer and I progress through all of this, I think that there's been some seeds planted for community outreach that isn't going to go away, because the need for the masks is going to continue. But it sounds like the makerspace is going to be stepping in to do kind of what we've been doing as grassroots, as more of official tasked by the county kind of role.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Well, I'm not excited that we have this need. I'm very excited that we have such wonderful people in our community like you that have stepped in to coordinate this, because, oh my goodness, it could have been a mess for a while.
And it's weird how fast it changed.
Yeah, and we need to give a shout out. I mean, we may have started this little collective, but there's, like I said, 700 people in it.
Sure.
I don't even know how many of them are sewing. I mean, there's people sewing, like Kim's got these cutting teams that she manages. We have people, we're looking for somebody right now to do some outreach if anybody wants to call like small adult family homes and see if they need masks. And we have people that have given us funds to help buy supplies. So it's really, truly been an amazing community effort. We have business owners that maybe shut down their restaurants, but they're helping us deliver masks. I mean, it's really cool, the effort that this has been.
Deanna, do you have any other questions?
I don't off the top of my head.
Okay, I do. I have one more. So we would like to continue, Deanna and I would like to continue spotlighting people in the community that are helping. Who do you think we should talk to next?
Kim, what do you think?
I think Mary at the Makerspace, because she is not that different from us in that 2 weeks ago, she's working with Ferndale School District. She's got Makerspace, that's her passion, her project, and PPE has become like, you wake up thinking about it, you go to sleep thinking about it. So I think that it'll be really interesting to talk to her and see her perspective on how she's come into this and what's her goal and roles moving forward.
Okay, awesome. Are you going to say something?
I was just going to say that sounds fantastic. You know,
it's really cool what they're doing.
Yeah.
Over there. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
really
definitely, I'll keep sewing my little masks. I know.
You've been donating some great ones, Sally. They're beautiful.
Yes, thank you, Sally.
I am not a seamstress, but I hope they get the job done. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys. I just can't thank you enough. And it was really great to talk to you.
Thank you for asking us.
Yeah, stay safe out there, you guys.
And I do want to say,
don't touch your face ever.
Don't touch your face. Okay.
Really hard.
We need a cone. I need a cone.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
So if whoever's watching this, if you have any ideas of who we should talk to, somebody who's doing a great thing in the community, please let us know, and Dan and I will reach out to them.
Great. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay.